involve inherent constitutionally protected rights for First Nations to access, use, and protect water for fishing, hunting, trapping, and gathering, rights that are directly threatened by coal mining proposals on the eastern slopes. Fish in Crow's Nest Lake already have dangerously high levels of selenium in their bodies from legacy coal mines, and people are now advised not to limit consumption of fish from this lake. How is allowing the pollution of the eastern slopes waters and destruction of its fish respectful of these constitutionally protected rights?
Yes.
The Honourable Minister of Energy and Minerals.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I thank the member for the question. Our Constitution is the highest form of the land, Mr. Speaker, and this government is going to make sure that we enforce and respect that. But let's be clear, this Premier has made it very clear, Mr. Speaker, that water is to be our forefront opportunity at every level in coal. Now, Mr. Speaker, we're going to be very careful with it because we know how important flora, fauna, the wildlife is, human nature of dealing with these things is, Mr. Speaker. We're going to protect water at every single course and make sure that that is our primary concern.
Given a cornerstone of honouring treaty rights comes from adequate and meaningful consultation with First Nations on development. Given First Nations across Alberta have been raising concerns about coal mining impacts on communities and water supply for years. Given Keepers of the Water condemned the expansion of the Vista coal mine, citing threats to Indigenous rights, water quality, fragile ecosystems, and trout habitat. Why has the minister chosen to ignore the needs of First Nations communities' access to clean and abundant water threatened by coal mining expansion and operation?
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, the NDP made a mess of coal when they invited billionaires to come into Alberta and deal with coal. We have taken steps to solve that, Mr. Speaker. But let's be clear, met coal is a very important thing, Mr. Speaker. Met coal makes steel, Mr. Speaker, steel that's necessary for pipelines, for water pipelines, for blue circles on the side of highways, Mr. Speaker, and governments can make a decision either to support water infrastructure or blue circles, Mr. Speaker. I know where we're going to stand. I know what the Leader of the Opposition did. He's for blue circles, Mr. Speaker.
Given the only steps this government's taking, Mr. Speaker, are magical ones that lead to a land where selenium doesn't end up in the water. That doesn't exist. Given one of the principles of effective consultation is that it is done in good faith and that all impacted people have an opportunity to influence decision-making, given that consultation typically falls to proponents who literally buy the community's approval, given promised economic revenue does not often materialize for First Nations, why is the government not demanding more thorough, objective consultation, and why are they not standing up for First Nations treaty rights to ensure their fair treatment by proponents?
Mr. Speaker, we're always going to stand up for the highest law of the land, and that's the Constitution, and treaty rights is part of that, Mr. Speaker. But let's be clear, we know where the NDP want to take us. They want to take us back to burning wood and caves, Mr. Speaker. And I understand that's where they are, Mr. Speaker, on their science, because they don't recognize what's happening today. Do you know, Mr. Speaker, that right now there are technology that is removing between 95 and 99% of selenium from runoff, Mr. Speaker. The technology is already being used in Elk Valley and BC, where they made a mess of it. We're not going to do that, Mr. Speaker. We're going to keep water as number one because water is life.